Alright, welcome back to German with John Berlin. And in today's new lesson, we'll be doing article words. What are article words? Article words are words which are derived from articles. And they basically either help you make a question or they help you demonstrate or describe something. Yes? For example, the first word we'll be having is which. Yes? In German, you call it welcher. It's derived from the definite article, der, die, das. Yes? So when you say which, it's always about the question of identity of something or identity of somebody. Yes, which is your best film, for example. You need to identify it. Now you could either also demonstrate it with the help of this. Yes, this is also derived from the definite article. Yes, and it's to demonstrate identity. This is, yes, this is my favorite movie. Yes, or this is my favorite book. So you're demonstrating it either by showing it, yes, in one way or the other. Then you also have another article word which is was für ein, what kind of. It is derived from the indefinite article like ein, ein, and it basically questions the characteristics of something, of somebody. What kind of a film do you like? Yes, I like mystery films. Yes, so basically the characteristic of what you like, or you could describe the characteristics of that film by demonstrating it. You could say I like such a film. Yes, you could show a film and say I like such a film. So you're demonstrating the characteristics of what you like. So these are the four types of article words we'll be doing. Yes, so before we get started with some examples, let's find out certain, yes, just have a look at some examples. We'll do the tables next. So welcher Computer ist das? Dieser Computer ist ein Apple. Which computer is that? This computer is an Apple. Yes, how did we get welcher, dieser? We'll just have a look. Was für ein Computer kaufen Sie? What kind of computer do you buy? Ich kaufe solchen Computer. Das ist ein moderner Computer. I buy such a computer. It is a modern computer. Yes, perfect. So let's find out in detail what the article words have been used here. So we first began with which. It's derived from the definite article like der, die, das. So you'll find the ending of der, die, das in the ending. Der, die, das, die. There is an extra e here. Yes. So den, die, das, die, and them, der, them, den. So that's how we see it's derived from the definite article, and it looks like this: welcher, welcher, welches, welcher. In nominative, when the question is wer or was, yes, who or what. Accusative, wen, was, when it's whom or what, it's welchen, welcher, welches, welcher. And when the question is to whom, for whom, that's wen, it's welchem, welcher, welchem, welchen with an extra n. There is no genitive for this article word, so we'll skip that. Now the corresponding answer to this question could be the demonstrative article word, that is this, also derived from der, die, das, so the same endings. So it looks like dieser, dieses. Now you see when it comes to dieses, I have written oblique, these oblique s. Basically both are accepted because the es is to be found in both. You could either say these or you could say dieses. Both are fine. Yes, neutrum. Okay, moving forward, accusative, whom or what, wen, was, it's den, die, das, die, so it will be diesen, dieser, these or dieses, dieser. Yes, once again you could choose dieses or these, yes, since both have es in the end. Going to dative, the question to whom, for whom, or wem, them, that, them, den, it's diesem, dieser, diesem, diesen with an extra n. And you also have a genitive in this, it's like whose in German, wesen, des, der, dieses, dieser, dieses, dieser with an extra s for masculine, and neutrum. What is the meaning? Meaning is like we already discussed, this, yes, and in dative it'll be basically to this or for this. Yes, in genitive it'll be of this. Yes, perfectly. And in this table it's which, to which, for which. Yes, that's the meaning. Now to make these sentences, I have certain sentences written here. Let me delete a few. We'll do them together. Okay, let's just try to get this delete it like this. Yes, this is better. And also this. Okay, and we'll choose the brand of our own. Okay, so dash computer is thus. Which computer is that? So basically we're talking about nominative. What is that? Yes, ist sein is a nominative verb altogether. So basically we'll pick up computer masculine. We'll go to welcher. So we'll write here, just like it was written, welcher. Then the answer could be this computer is, which one would you like to go? Let's say a Mac. So you'll say dieser. That'll be how. You'll go to the article word this. And what is that? It's basically nominative, sein being a nominative verb. We'll go to masculine. Since we're talking about computer, we'll say dieser. So we'll write here, dieser. Perfect. Dieser ist ein Mac. Perfect. Now you could also be talking about, let's say, something feminine. Let's say, which watch is this, which is feminine. So again, what? It'll be welcher. Yes, let's write down here, welcher. Uhr ist das. This watch is a Rolex. So we'll write here, what is a Rolex? That's nominative, feminine, dieser. So we'll write here, diese Uhr ist eine Rolex. Fantastic. Okay. Now moving forward, let's have the number 3. Which auto is that? Which car is that? So it's neutrum. So which is again nominative and it's neutrum. So we could say welches. So we could say basically welches Auto is das. Now here you could decide which one would you rather go with. When you come to the answer, this car is, let's choose it later. This car, how would we say? It's this, it's what, nominative. So we'll go here to neutral since it's neutral, yes. And here we have these and these s. Both have a es in them. So I would rather go with these s. It rhymes with welches. So we'll say dieses Auto ist ein. Yes, we could say BMW. Okay. Okay. Bayerische Motorwerks for the people who know about the full form. Yeah. Okay. Moving forward. Dash Autos in das. Which cars are these? Yes. So we'll again go to the question. What? Plural welche. We'll write which is welche. Autos in das. So these cars are BMW. We again go to nominative. We'll say what? And we'll go to plural diese. We'll say diese Autos sind BMW. Fantastic. Yes. So we could also do this with accusative, for example. Let's find out. Let me try and delete this without compromising the structure. If I can do it. And I think I can. So I buy. Which computer do you buy? Let's begin from the top. So basically the question is, who buys what? Yes. So what is accusative? Who buys what? So we'll go with accusative. Computer is masculine. So we'll pick up welchen. We'll write here, welchen Computer kaufst du? Then the answer is I buy this computer. Again, we go to demonstrative article, talk about who buys what. So I buy this. This is a computer, masculine. So I'll say ich kaufe diesen Computer. Yes. You could also name it, diesen Mac, diesen Computer, whatever might suit you. Okay. Now we could also like skip a few. Let me go to the important ones. Let's talk about this one. It's interesting. With which computer do you work? Now we all know with is a dative article. Yes. Entschuldigung. Pardon me, not an article. It's a dative preposition, which we'll be studying later on when we study prepositions. For now, you know, with is dative. Whatever comes next should be dative. That means we need to find the dative article word for which, and it is just like them, they are them. We'll add the endings to the article word Welsh, and it will become basically computer is masculine, so it will become Welchem. How did it become Welchem? If you want, you could have a look at your tables in the answer book. You go to datif, you find masculine, it'll be welchem. Fantastic. So let's come back right here. Mit welchem computer arbeites du? I work with this computer. Again, mit is datif, computer is masculine, masculine datif is em, so we'll write diesem. Perfect. Okay, and just to do one more, let's do the second 10th one as well. It says, with which girl do you go out? Yes, there should be an extra u here. I go with this girl out, so mit which girl? So again, it's datif and this time feminine, and we know the datif feminine is dem, they are, dem, den. It's der, gets the ending of er, so we'll write welcher. Mit welcher Frau gehst du aus? I go with this girl out. You'll say again this, which is these, and mit is datif, Frau is feminine, feminine datif is der, we already know, so we'll get er. Fantastic. Now let's move forward a little. Let me do the number 13 with you. Okay, the number 13 says, whose computer is that? The answer is, that is the computer of that man. How would you say that is the computer of that man? You'll basically, oh, not of that man, my apologies. How will you say this is the computer of this man? Yes, basically you'll use the, yes, you will use the article word these in genitive. Now genitive, if you remember, has the articles this, their, with an extra s, with this, yes, masculine neutrum. So we'll basically use these, and we'll add the article ending of this, their, this. We're talking about man, masculine, so we'll add the es, this. So it'll become these, zas, manas. Yeah, perfect. So that is the computer of this man. Now it's, let's say something about the watch. Whose watch is this? That is the watch of this woman. So how will you say that? Again, you'll pick up the article word these, and you'll search for the ending. We're talking about Frau. It's this, der. So the ending is der, dieser. Das ist die Uhr, diese Frau. Fantastic, yes? Well done. So we'll move forward and let's see what do we have as next. Okay, all right, fantastic. So I think more or less we covered these two articles, yes, and I would like you to do them by yourself as well, and I'm pretty sure you'll be able to get the answers, and the answers of course in the workbook. So keep your grammar tables open, work with these, and I'm sure you'll get these article words. So thanks for joining me, and we'll be beginning with the two next article words in the next part of this lesson. Take care.